So I love history, and the city of Venice has quite a unique history, going back to its founders, who you'd be surprised who actually founded this city. And it's also on an island. Did you know that? The city of Venice is on an island. Now, there are a lot of Great Barrier Islands up and down the west coast of Florida. You've probably heard of Siesta Key, Longboat Key, but the city of Venice is right on an island, and it's close to the beach. But did you know that over 70 years ago, this island didn't even exist? Well, we're going to explore that story today. We're going to show you how that happened. And we're also going to explore some homes here on the island, give you an idea of what they're priced and how much home you can get for the money. And we're going to see some different places here on the island that you can have some fun, maybe go to the beach and maybe get something to eat. So join me as we explore the city of Venice and the island of Venice. Originally called Horse and Chase because of a carriage-like tree formation that marked the spot for fishermen, Venice acquired its present name in 1888 from a settler by the name of Frank Hegel, considered the father of Venice. He named it that way because of the likeness to a canal city in Italy where he spent his childhood. Now, in the early 1900s, Bertha Honore Palmer, a wealthy widow from Chicago, spent part of her fortune to acquire 140 acres of Florida wilderness. Now, she made quite a mark in Sarasota, but half of those acres were in the Venice area. Her cattle ranch was one of the biggest in the state, and her home on the bay was complete with marble pillars lining the walkways right through formal gardens. Around 1916, the climate and the natural beauty of the area captivated Dr. Fred Alby, a New York physician who purchased the entire village of Nokomis on Donna and Roberts Bay after just an 8-day visit. He came to Venice with a dream to build a model city and commissioned John Nolan, a well-known Boston city planner, to create a Gulf Coast paradise. By 1923, Venice was connected to Tampa and Miami by a 2-lane road that became known as the Tamiami Trail. Now, during the real estate boom of the 1920s, the designs and the land that were to become the city of Venice were sold to the Brotherhood of Locomotive Engineers of Cleveland as a retirement haven for members and the Engineers Union. The city of Venice was then incorporated in 1927, and the dream of a model community became a reality when homes and businesses featuring Italian architecture were constructed. There was another economic boost that occurred in 1932 when the Kentucky Military Institute moved into the San Marco Hotel and Orange Blossom garage buildings, and then again in 1941 when the Army opened a training base at the municipal airport. The population grew from 863 in 1950 to nearly 10,000 in 1957. Following the arrival of the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, which made Venice its winter headquarters in 1960, the Venice area's population took another leap to 27,000 in 1962. One of the few carefully planned cities in the United States, Venice is artistically landscaped with palms, flowers, silver trumpet trees, live oaks, and pines. It is now a Florida Main Street city, a designation awarded by the state of Florida for historic preservation. Now, today's downtown Venice is one of my favorite little downtowns. Smartly designed with tree-lined medians, I get a small-town 1970s Southern California vibe, with the beautiful California or Washingtonian palms, along with the oak canopy streets, just blocks from the beach. It's a visual delight. You simply won't find a combination of downtown and beach anywhere near like this. Yes, even the central parking lot with great lawn and a bandstand harken back to earlier days. You've also got a robust shopping and restaurant district up and down Venice Avenue. And on the corner, a renovated Venice Theater where you can enjoy a variety of music and performances. Venice has plenty of beautiful architecture and historic buildings. There's even a downtown historic walking tour. You can even visit the Venice Museum to find out more about the town's history. And currently, there's a wonderful exhibit detailing how the Locomotive Engineers Union financed and planned this great town. The island is a special place, and homes here are loved and valued. Let's take a look at one of the most affordable current listings. So we're standing in front of a 3-bedroom, 3-bath home. This one was built in 1959. Pretty typical for what you find back in 1959. We're pretty close to the Venice airport here. This is 1920 under air. So 1920, just short of 2,000 square feet. And they've got this one priced at $550. So that's actually about as low as you're going to find for a single family home here on the island of Venice. Hopefully you can see that behind me, but that's basically a starter price of what you'd find for a little small cottage home here in Venice. Now, just a few miles to the south, at the very south end of the island, is the remarkably busy Venice Airport, a favorite of many private flyers. There's even a flight training school that's very infamous. We'll save that story for another day. Also at the south end is the very popular Venice Pier. Once again, that's something that reminds me of Southern California. At the base of the pier is an old favorite among locals and visitors alike, Sharky's on the Pier. I've been coming there for decades, and in recent years, they've added the slightly more upscale edition of Finn's Restaurant, upstairs above Sharky's. It's a great place to take someone special. Hey folks, does it get any better than this? It's another day at the beach. We're here at the Venice Pier. Sharky's behind me. And truly just enjoying a beautiful day in February. That's right, folks. We're in February. Another day, another beautiful, sunshiny day here in Florida. Yes, indeed. If you need a great place to relax, recharge, and have some fun, this spot is one of my favorites. Now let's take another look at a typical Venice Island home. So I'm standing outside a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage home. This one was built in 1990, so you can see it's a little more modern style. They've got a brand new roof. Check out that landscaping. So you'll find that kind of landscaping here on the island. A lot of people have lawns, but a lot of people have gone to the stone. And this one is 2027 under air. So good size home. We're just a couple of blocks to the beach, and it's priced at $889. So just under $900,000 to be a couple of blocks from the beach. Beautiful home. These are beautiful streets. Everybody's well taken care of. You got older homes, newer homes. The island of Venice in general, you're just going to find really well-kept homes. And this is an example of one, $889. As we head back downtown towards the north end of the island, we'll enjoy the tree-lined drive, and then once again, head west right onto Venice's main beach. Did you know that Venice was considered the shark tooth capital of the world? The Gulf beaches in and around Venice hold a bountiful amount of fossilized shark teeth. Shark teeth collectors say the best place to look for fossils are any beach access south of the Venice jetty. Now, 10 million years ago, when Florida was submerged underwater, the area was teeming with sharks. And over time, as the water receded, giving way to land, the prehistoric sharks died. Their skeletons disintegrated, but their fossilized teeth remain. Now, the Venice coastal area sits on top of a fossilized layer that runs 18 to 35 feet deep. With storms and waves, the fossils are slowly driven into the shallow waters and then up onto the beach. Because of this, Venice is home to the annual Shark's Tooth Festival, with fossil, vendors, foods, and fun for the entire family. So here we are in front of a 4-bedroom, 3.5-bath home. This is 2,600 square feet under air, and it was built back in 1978. And we're only about a block to a block and a half to the beach, actually. I don't know if you can see behind me. Check out those high rises. They're right on the beach. So you can walk right down the street. You'll be right on the beach. Walk up the street. You're not far from the city itself, downtown Venice. So you're really kind of walking distance to a lot of places, bike ride. You can do all kinds of things. But this one is priced at $1.5 million. So for $1.5 million, you can basically get a home here, a couple blocks from the beach. I give you an idea of kind of what we have here in the city of Venice. You got a lot of older homes, slightly over 1 million, but you've really got a unique community here. All these homes are very well manicured. Everything is well kept here on the island of Venice. It's just kind of a one of a kind. And the nice thing about it is, instead of being on a barrier island, you're actually technically right here on the beach. And you've got your downtown here is 5 minutes away. So it's kind of an unusual situation, but Venice Island, the city of Venice, is a one of a kind. Now, if you enjoy outdoor exercise, and I'm a bike riding enthusiast myself, the trails around the Intercoastal Waterway are fun and scenic. So speaking of the Intercoastal Waterway, what is that and how did it come about? We asked that question earlier, and here's what happened. So this all goes back to the World War II days. During the war, The military was worried about the number of German submarines getting close to the coast, and they hatched a plan to protect boats by cutting an inland channel for them to hide in. Now, this plan didn't materialize, but the Army Corps of Engineers did eventually build the Intercoastal Waterway in the 1960s, thus making Venice an island, and instantly increased the amount of pleasure boating. So if you want to learn everything there is about Sarasota or Venice, make sure you subscribe and tap that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these videos. If you're thinking of moving to Venice or anywhere else in our region, whether you're moving in 1 week or 1 year, reach out to me today so we can help you make a smooth move. For Living and Buying in Sarasota, I'm Rob Rovnak. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.